what you guys are thinking. Moses Itauma versus Oleksandr Usyk, and I know it's very, very premature. If this was something that was actually in talks, this would be something. And the funny thing is, a lot of people have been talking about it because we're looking for the Oleksandr Usyk solution, right? But this is Turkey's dream fight, which means this is more of a fantasy, not reality. Okay, because the developmental stages Moses is in right now. So why would you want someone that's in the developmental stages to take on the creme de la creme? It wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't be fair to anybody involved. It wouldn't be fair to Moses because I don't think he's there yet. And by the time he gets there, it's almost like going to another planet. By the time you get there, that planet will not be in the condition that it was in by the time you started to go to that planet. You know what I mean? So Usyk won't be anywhere near where he is now. Okay. And it's a lose-lose anyway if he fought Moses. If he fought Moses and beat Moses, it's like, okay, Moses wasn't ready. If Moses, and then, and he wouldn't get the credit for it anyway, because everyone knows that Moses, yeah, he's good, but is he ready for that type of level yet? You know what I mean? We'll never know, and we shouldn't know, because that fight is too far down the road to know, really. That's why it's honestly a fantasy. Unless Moses does something spectacular or gets a break of a lifetime, like fight Daniel Dubois and become, IBF champion, we're not going to see that fight anytime soon, and we shouldn't, because, again, today, actually, well, that was yesterday, Oleksandr Usyk's birthday was yesterday on the 17th, okay? So he just turned 38 years of age, right? So, no. The waiting out game gets old. I don't like it. I never have. I never will. Okay. And for Moses Itauma, I just don't think that that's a fight that should be pushed right now. It's a such thing as pushing people too quick and too soon, and their expectations are so high. The same thing happened to Jared Anderson, and they put him in there with a live dog, and we seen what happened. Now everything went to a screeching halt, and I don't want that to happen to Moses Itauma. Okay, because I want people to understand the reasons why you shouldn't push people or expect too much from new talent or the new blood, so to speak. You know what I mean? You shouldn't want him and expect him to do so much too fast, too soon. It's just not even fair for that fighter to develop, because even so, even if we look at Anthony Joshua, that guy was pushed, and he was pushed. By the 16th fight, he was already fighting for a title. And the crazy thing is, how many fights does Moses Itauma have now? 20. And he hasn't fought for a title. So that should tell you something on an example on why you shouldn't be rushed, because AJ was obviously rushed. You know what I mean? So he didn't really learn what and how he's supposed to learn and let that set in. Okay, he was doing everything fast-tracked. So I think we've learned from these examples of, Jared Anderson, Anthony Joshua, and I think Moses Itauma being tempted by Turki Alashikh. That's like, oh, I want to see this fight. It's a fantasy fight. But I'm glad he specified that it is a fantasy fight based on the fact that it shouldn't happen for so many reasons, as I just briefly discussed. But you guys tell me what you think of Turki Alashikh and his fantasy wish of Moses Itauma versus Oleksandr Usyk. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch.